Why does everyone in the Big Ten become Iowa?
Everything evolves to eventually become a crab.
Ryan Date wanted the crab fight.
This team has two claws and he wants to snip at you with them.
He will play like the crab if he feels threatened.
All right, we got some rivalry week games to go over. Josh, when it comes to rivalries, what do we do on this pod?
We respect rivalries. That's a fundamental rule. Things can get a little crazy in rivalry games. Favorites get beaten. Underdogs overperform. That sounds like the same thing, but it's not. It's not. So, rivalry week was full of thrills, chills, and spills. Which game are we starting with first?
We're starting with Texas at Texas. Or no, Texas A&M at Texas. Texas won 27-17. Our man Colby, I'm so sorry he was on the pod last week. I'm gonna see him at work on Monday. I feel so bad for Texas A&M. Let me just say, I was rooting for Texas A&M to just, put it away, possibly. The silver lining was Georgia got to go to the SEC title because Texas won, so I was a winner either way, I thought. But before I let everyone go, I just wanted to say this one thing because I just laughed out loud while watching this game by myself, which was the first play from Texas's offensive scrimmage. Arch Manning drops back, he throws it out to, I want to say Wingo or one. They throw it out, and then it's a double pass down the field, incomplete. And I was like, that's never changed, Sark. Big game, just the first thing I'm going to do, double pass, some stupid bullshit like that. You won, good for you. But I wanted to say that. What do we think of this game, guys?
I was also rooting for A&M so that they could just remove Texas from any kind of playoff discussion. I'm also pissed off at the Aggies because I spent the entire year talking about how I did not believe in them at all, and then the one time I picked them all year, they throw up a fucking stinker against Texas. And yeah, Jesus Christ, man. How do you lose this game? How do you go undefeated the entire year, lose the one game that matters the most to you, and miss the SEC title game, man? I'm interested to see how this team responds in the playoff, man, because they could be like Ohio State last year and go on a heater, but they're not as good as Ohio State was last year, and I think that they could have a serious problem.
Yeah, no, I respect Mike Elko, but yeah, their schedule was always looked a little fraudulent to me. I was like, dude, I haven't seen you guys in a real situation the entire season, and yeah, like I'm most sad for like the bragging rights aspect because God, that's gotta suck. like even in your best season in like decades, like you still have to like hear shit from your biggest rival. But I'm also kind of jealous they get to skip the SEC title game. I'm not gonna lie. That was my original reaction, like Jesus Christ. Like, cause I saw it, like I caught I missed the end of the game. I was watching in the first half. So I woke up to news that we're in the SEC title game. And I was just like, oh, God damn it. I was looking forward to not doing that. Again, I'm not going to lie.
At this point in the season, a week off sounds so nice.
Sounds amazing. It's
like stress-free football.
Linemen, right? Like you did.
Boo! I want to be in the SEC title game. Yes, I'm on the opposite side of this issue.
I'm a huge I don't love Kirby Smart and his clapping, but I think that he's the only coach who's like a real fucking football guy. And he's like, when he gets asked, like, do you even want to play in the SEC championship? He's like, yes, I want to fucking win a conference title. It's important. And I respect him for that. That's good. A little more on Texas A&M being pretty fraudulent this year. They played one team that finished positive in the SEC standings, over 500. That was Texas. They lost. One team that finished at 500 in the SEC, Missouri, they won. And 6 teams that were 3-5 or worse in the SEC, including 4 teams who fired their head coach.
How did they finagle that schedule?
So okay. Before we go so negative on them, I'm gonna come to their defense a little bit.
The conference is too big.
Yeah, well, yes.
They didn't get tested all year. except for Notre Dame, I guess.
But
But
they didn't like lay an egg in this game. I mean, it's a hard this was a big game. This was a loud stadium. I thought the first half was a slugfest. I think if Texas starts leaning on their run game in the first half, this game maybe not would not have been close. I think Sark kind of realized during that second half that he's just gonna not drop back every single play with Arch Manning and just let him be athletic, let their running backs lean on them, and then work the play action game when they need to throw it. That being said, Texas A&M's defense made the plays to give them a chance to win this game. I put this loss squarely on the offenses, like on Marcel Reed and the offense's failures to execute because the defense was quite frankly heroic towards the end of that. I mean, they eventually the dam broke, but they gave them a shot to win. We have to talk about Marcel Reed throwing back-to-back interceptions and not good interceptions. It looked like he
Bad.
didn't. Yeah, the commentators said that he misread the defense, and Elko said that after the game. I didn't even get the sense he was reading the defense. I got the sense that he dropped back. This is the number one receiver on the play. I'm throwing to him literally no matter what happens, and he threw into triple coverage twice, and that cost him the game. So that to me is the story is Marcel Reed just choking.
Yeah. It happened so fast too. I was watching this game at a bar with a few of my friends from college and who are in town for something we don't need to talk about. The the second pick happened so fast that after the first pick, I was like, "Wow, that was horrific." And then I went to go use the bathroom, and by the time I had gotten back, like 3 minutes later, my friends were like, "Yeah, dude, Marcel Reed just threw one of the worst picks you'll ever see." I was like, "Yeah, I know, I was here." And they're like, "No, no, 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 he did it again."
Oh boy, I don't know. Marcel Reed is an interesting player. Uh, in NCAA 14, he's probably one of the best players to control, but in actual quarterbacking, it's just hard to put him in situations that will always be favorable. When they made the switch to him, it was a commitment to a different style of offense than they had been running previously. And kudos to them for making that switch when they did and committing to it in the offseason. It got them this far. But I got to say, I was pretty impressed with Arch Manning.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No,
For the first time this season, I'm like, hey, all right, look at Arch. There was one of the things the touchdowns he threw to Ryan Wingo. Well, one of the touchdowns he had, uh, it was him like stepping up in a clear pocket, seeing the line of scrimmage, and then saying, "Oh wait, no," and just hitting the touchdown. Maybe a little overthrown, but that's the type of thing where you want to see a guy step up and hit a guy when he's open. And I don't think Arch was doing that earlier in the year. I don't think he had the keys to the offense to be able to do that earlier in the season. But now that he is able to do this, I'm like, all right, Texas with a functional quarterback who broke free on a quarterback power in the fourth quarter. Like,
Move.
no, I don't want to see it, but I could see it if they get a chance to play more than one game.
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what I would say about Arch is in the beginning of the year, the Texas offense struggles, I would say was Arch Manning. I don't want to like rewrite it. He was playing like shit. But
Yeah.
but the second half of the year, the struggles have been on the receivers largely, is what I would say. And what's interesting about this game is that I didn't even get the sense that Texas really played like their best game of the season or super buttoned up. Like Texas receivers were still dropping balls. They just overcame all their like they just still managed to push through it. Um, so like I don't know what to draw from Texas other than they just like mentally own this A&M team. Like that seems to be the big conclusion for me. Anything else on this one?
Shout
Perfect.
out
Well,
Tyler Onyetum, Texas A&M defensive tackle, transfer from Iowa State, was in the rotation, and I guess he's in the mix in the playoffs. So good for him.
you know what? Honestly, if Marcel Reed giveth, Marcel Reed taketh. So if he plays a good game in the playoff, they can beat anybody. Like despite their season, I still think they're so talented that they could beat anybody. Um, but anyway, next game, Ohio State at Michigan. Ohio State won 27-9. They broke their streak, but you know what's weird is that didn't really seem to be looming over them this game, at least from me watching it. Didn't seem like they had a mental hold on them. I think that national championship like purged them.
I'll just read a couple stats. Uh, Michigan had the ball for 40 minutes. No, not Michigan. Ohio State had the ball for 40 minutes. Michigan had it for about 20. Uh, Bryce Underwood had 63 passing yards. Julian Sayin had 8 times that. Well, no, 4 times that. Uh, the final score was 27-9. In case you didn't know, that's 3 times as much. Uh, Michigan had about 42 plays of offense looking at the box score. Like Bryce Underwood had 18 passing attempts, 8 of them were complete. There were 7 rushing attempts by Marshall, 11 by Cudzall, and 6 from Underwood. One of those is a sack. Michigan did not have the ball in this game. It's kind of insane that Ohio State was able to be the more physical, more crab-like team because they were more aggressive with their downfield passing attack. And then Bo Jackson just said, "All right, I'll take a stretch play for 50. Why not?" It's amazing what happens when you don't let the psychological hold of "I have to be a bigger man than you. I have to. It's the only way," and stick to your game. What you're able to actually do by playing Michigan style when you need to.
Yeah, oh no, you got it.
I just don't understand what anyone else in the Big Ten, well, the traditional Big Ten, is doing at the receiver position. Like, I have no idea how any. If it just feels like no one in the conference or in the region understands the forward pass. Like, sometimes, like I just don't understand. Like Michigan, I feel like when I was growing up, Michigan used to have like great receivers, like at least at the collegiate level. But I don't know how Ohio State and I guess now Indiana. I don't know how Indiana managed to figure it out other than anyone before anyone else. But yeah, that's all I got.
I so this game was interesting because I thought in the beginning there was definitely a window where Michigan could have made this more competitive. Julian Saint on the first possession throws that interception, but they just settle for field goals. And I know that like on paper that might be the right call, but you gotta put your neck out a little bit if you're gonna be playing against Ohio State. I mean, I just hated that. Um, and then once Ohio State realized, like you said, that we're gonna air it out and have our pass set up our run because that's what we do. That then at that point the game was over. But Michigan had them where they wanted them for at least like a quarter and a half. I would say the first half they could have made this happen. If I'm Michigan, I would say next year, Sharon Moore, you got to show me something or we're moving on. Like because I'm not impressed by him really
The
as a head
timeout
coach.
2 seconds before the 2 minute warning, I was like, okay, yeah, he might be an idiot.
Yeah, like
It was so real. Oh, God.
yeah,
I think watching this game like you said, when Michigan settles for field goals on both of their first 2 drives, you kind of look at that 6-0 and you're like, Ohio State's got more than 6 in them, man. Like you had to score a touchdown on one
It
of
took
those
so much
drives.
work to get those 6 too.
And one of them, you had such favorable field position after that interception. Like, honestly, after they didn't score a touchdown from that drive, I was like, okay, we're kind of done here.
yeah. I just think Sharon Moore is way too conservative. Like I'm not that big of a fan of him as a head coach, frankly. But I will say we should probably talk a little bit about Bryce Underwood because I mean, man, there was a lot of hype coming in on this guy. And I don't even like when you watch him physically, you see it. I mean, he looks like an NFL fucking quarterback. Like he's gigantic, he is strong, he is fast, he can throw it, but he's been coached to be way too scared.
Yes.
They have drilled in a level like he's double guessing him. Like he doesn't want to throw a pick. He's just that is the worst thing in his mind to do, to the point that he doesn't take any risks.
And
Because
I don't think
yeah,
they call a game to have him take risk. I think it's Sharon Moore being extremely conservative. And in a game like this, yeah, I know Michigan's receivers aren't awesome or even really good, but like you have to open it up. You can't run more times than you pass when you're down multiple scores against Ohio State. Like I know it was dumping snow, but like you have to come back. Like
yeah, you got to play to win. I mean,
yeah.
they didn't play to win, and yeah, I fear for this guy's development now, like, because he's locked in for a few years. I mean, I guess unofficially, so I don't know how
Oh,
that's gonna
That's
work.
I
yeah.
forgot about that. But
Yeah, I mean, they
sure.
paid him a lot. I forgot how big the contract was, but it was massive.
Yeah.
So, I'm just scared for his development that he's being coached to play scared. That's just the sense I get. On the other side, you see Julian saying he throws a pick on the first drive. They don't they still keep playing. Like, you know what I mean? You could just see that like one guy has confidence, one guy doesn't have confidence, and I can't help but feel like that comes from the coaches.
It really is. It's a philosophical thing. Like the long touchdown to Carnell Tate. Michigan had a safety that bit on play action from no, not exactly play action. It was after the quarterback was rolling left. He like started maneuvering up the field because he thought he was going to scramble. Like everything was on the table, and they were able to beat him deep because they were going for it. Michigan doesn't do anything like that. And, not everyone has Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate to work with, but it's like at some point you do just have to give your quarterback more room by attacking all areas of the field. Otherwise, unless you're going against Nebraska, who has to respect your passing game, Ohio State can sit in base the entire time, and you're fucked. That's exactly what happened, and why they only have 42 fucking plays on this whole game.
So
Yeah. Anything else on this one? No, yeah. Perfect. Well, Auburn or Alabama at Auburn. Alabama won 27 to 20 in the I like to say the most normal Iron Bowl game. It's just always we knew this would be a close game with nothing rationally uh no rationale behind it. But I will say, before we jump into this, I'm a Georgia fan. Bro, Auburn got fucking robbed. Bro, there was some ref fucking ball in this shit. I have never seen roughing the passers like that, man. Like some weak calls. Weak calls. And despite all of that, Auburn still did so many self-inflicted wounds they could have overcome it anyway. But that is what I will say.
The what if it wasn't the roughing the passer, it like at the ankles after a guy was I don't even think he wrapped up on it necessarily. Uh I we talked about how a conference will prop up its contenders to make sure they make it through the year clean, and you try to get around that mindset, but it started getting bad as soon as the game was tied. Like, come on. Like it's you don't want to sound like a crazy person, but as now an Alex Golish era Auburn fan, I can't believe we were jobbed like this.
it's like you have to see it coming too. Like you already know, like this isn't the first time you've seen something like it. And yeah, this game gave me acid reflux because you knew exactly how it's gonna go. Like like as soon as you see it's like okay, it's at home. Auburn's gonna be in it at least because they're gonna be in it in general just because of the rivalry game. But they actually have a chance to be in it in the fourth quarter at home. And like yeah, when I saw the disparity in penalties, like I was just like, oh yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean this Auburn team is just not good enough to be as sloppy and undisciplined as they are with the penalties. I mean, yeah, the roughing the passer calls were interesting, but like you shoot yourself in the foot all the goddamn time, and it gets to a point where it's like that's just what this team is. Like you're sloppy, you're undisciplined. We've had more than 10 penalties in like 7 or 8 of our games this year. I mean, yeah, I just was just spaced, dude.
Holy shit, that's insane.
Yeah,
The shocking Auburn stat for me was when there was the tipped interception, and they say, wow, a rare Tiger turnover. It was the 7th turnover that season. They had 8 in an entire regular season.
I was
It's
my
so
same
insane.
reaction, man. I was like, really?
yeah.
They're plus 11 on turnover margin this year. How? How did this many things go wrong when you're not turning the ball over?
Oh man.
But okay, but yes, I had the same reaction when I saw that. I was like, how is that a true thing? They didn't turn the ball over. I will say there was a couple times though where they did not get robbed and they jumped offsides on a 4th and 5.
Dude.
That was just so bad, dude. Like that completely self-inflicted. Like it hurt, honestly. Offensively, they were just fumbling the ball every 5 seconds.
Yep.
It was horrible. I don't know what the field conditions were like. Like, was it just? It
It
wasn't
was just
wet.
cold. It was just
Yeah,
cold.
they're
Like,
just
and
dropping
it
the
wasn't even
ball.
that cold.
And the way that they threw the interception where it was like a completely stationary running back looking at the ball and it just bounced so high up in the air. It was like an NCAA, like when you're playing football, like on the like playing a video game. But I will say,
this cheating ass game. Fuck it.
literally. But outside of that, I liked Auburn's. I mean, maybe statistically it wouldn't show, but I liked Auburn's QB play, considering he was making a lot of stuff happen for them. Um, and I liked the way DJ Durkin called this game. Like he played to fucking win. Like I'll give him that. Like he ran fucking cover 0 blitzes in some of the most critical moments in the game to try and kill Ty Simpson. And at one point there was a roughing the passer call, and all the Auburn players are like so pissed, and DJ Durkin's like, it's fine. Like keep playing to kill this guy. And gotta give it to him. Can we talk about that Bama call on 4th and 2 when it was tie game 2020 to go for it? That was crazy.
Yeah, no, like that. It's coming. Like, are they trying to draw him off sides and then just
I think
like
I think they double faked it. I think Auburn honestly assumed that they were gonna try and draw him off sides, and then they actually ran a play.
It makes you feel like damn, you're just 3 steps ahead, because it's like, yeah, it felt like the football got pulled away a bunch of times in that game.
Sorry, John. Like you were watching it with like Auburn people, like people must have been pissed, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't great. There's a lot of anger and a lot of it directed at Birmingham. It just sucks. I mean, I've seen this exact same Auburn game happen. It feels like 12 times this season, and I mean, I'm absolutely fucking thrilled that I never have to see this particular football team play another snap of football.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, like this defense was good. They were good all year, and Polish is going to have a really solid roster to play with here. I mean,
yeah, the problem with this team, or one of the many, was passing defense, and the secondary bowed up and played a really good game today. And even with that, you still fucked around and lost. I don't know if it's been confirmed officially yet, but everyone seems to think that Durkin's going to be back next year as DC. I believe Ashton Daniels has already said he's coming back next year, which, I mean, you would fucking hope that he does, considering we did him a solid and benched him for a game to preserve the red shirt. You would hope he returns the favor there. But, like, I don't know, man. I'm just excited to see what Golish does here, and I'm glad that we can just At long last, flush the Hugh Freeze experience and be fucking done with it.
We'll set you free. Next game.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
season is over. We will not discuss Auburn at all. It's over.
Yes.
Uh,
Well,
during
actually,
the
I will be able to say they barely beat Auburn about like 4 playoff teams. So
Well, the way things are looking, you won't have to say it for very long. So
yeah. At least through the duration of this podcast, you've never gotten to have a good Auburn team. So I hope at least next season. But anyway, next game, SMU at Cal. Cal won 38-35. Um,
AKS masterclass.
dude, I will say that it's the SMU just way too late, way too little, way too late. And on the flip side, god damn, Kendrick Raphael on Cal is so good. I hope someone scoops him up in the transfer portal. Like, he is so fucking good.
no, dude, they got to keep this
Right
show on
on.
turf together, dude. Cal's offense was so fun to watch, and I can't believe being in an SMU shootout, they came out on top. That's crazy.
Stadium was so empty. I went to the Cal Duke game earlier this year to watch JKS, and he just completely laid an egg. And Darius Minter was just bombing it all over the field. So it's great to see him turned around. Like, yeah, they're just like the whole team is like held together with duct tape and like paper clips, and he's still just bombing it. Yeah, he's so fun to watch. Like, I really hope they stay. Like the environment, like the algorithm stuff, like it feels fun. Like it feels like it's weirdly keeping it regional, even though it's such an abomination to be on the other side of the country. Like it's so like they're the only people who are like fully diving into how weird it all is with the culture shock of it all. So yeah, I hope they got like I hope they stay. Like I hope they get Tosh LaPoy in the off season and keep them guys around, man. Because yeah, like where would JKS go? He had a chance to go to Oregon. Like would he just like pause and go back to Oregon? Like I don't know.
Yeah, we got to keep this together. I can't believe a rose bloomed from the Harsin backfield.
Right.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Actually, yeah.
that dude sucks.
I will say, if you're SMU, barring like obviously like a very sloppy, poor start to the game, coming back on that final drive, you were in field goal range. You get 2 penalties. That pushes it back to like a 52-yard field goal. It goes so bad. SMU's head coach takes the coward's way out. He had 8 seconds left. Doesn't want to run one more play to just even get it like 5, 6 yards and maybe fire drill it, throw it to the sideline, maybe do anything. They take the coward's way out. They take a 52-yard field goal with 8 seconds left, and they completely shank it. So you have nobody to blame but yourselves. At the end of the game, you could have won this game, or you
Or at
could have
least
you could have gone
got
to
into
overtime.
overtime.
Yeah, you could have gone to overtime.
And
But
this game was no one on defense has anything to be proud of in this game. But I would have liked to see a little bit more. This would have been one of those like
stupid.
forever offensive
Right,
like 2-point conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a little disappointing this SMU team has to be I was gonna say busted out, but there's no guarantee of that happening. It's just the way things are. But their running backs, God, dude, all of them are crazy. Just running downhill. Like,
yeah, you're big, very big,
just
very
fucking
strong.
huge. And I haven't seen their offense be this like put together. Like they've been able to pass or they've been able to run. Never both. And to see this be the game that gets them out of here, that's wild to me.
I did enjoy this game also because I could feel the ACC commissioners just being like, fucking God, please fucking beat the stupid Cal team. God, like I mean that's like the whole
See?
thing underpinning this, and they're like, oh fuck, please, like
The ACC needs to take a page from the SEC. They could have had Charlotte radio in and
Right.
say, "Listen, we have to make sure this makes sense. We can't have Duke in the conference championship. It's just too gross."
So nasty.
But they had to have integrity. What the fuck?
we'll leave it at that. But good for you, Cal. It was a really fun game. Classic. They went out ahead. They almost blew it. If I was at the game as a Cal student, I would. It would have been a great night. That's what I'll say. Next to our
Shout
topics.
out Duke.
Shout out Duke. Yeah. Now onto our topics. Oklahoma played LSU at home, won 17-13. I just wrote down Boomer Sooner, I guess. I don't know. They make the playoff with this win, and on resume alone, they should be in the playoff. But John, John, everyone who's an Oklahoma fan hates you, and
Good.
is crossing their arms.
I'm
being
right.
like,
They don't have a functional offense. God.
They have Satenya. They'll just throw it to him every single play.
Yeah, on a fucking bullshit cheater sideline hideout play. Whatever, dude. I mean, yeah, Oklahoma's good. They won 10 games. Congrats. You don't have an offense, you're losing in the first round of the playoff. Like, it's not that difficult.
Hey, man, I called them SEC Iowa, and I will continue to call them
Dude,
SEC Iowa.
They are. One of my... this is not a betting podcast, but one of my buddies got a line for the over-under on this game at 32.5 and hit the under, and it was like, yep, sounds about right. I mean, it's two horrible offensive teams. Man, the sequence of the back-to-back picks was fucking hilarious in the first quarter, I believe.
My God.
I know you watch that and you're like, God, Oklahoma's offense is so bad. God, Oklahoma's defense is so good. Like seriously.
I'm so mad at Michael Van Buren. We posted those clips of John's like Oklahoma take, and I posted a TikTok that got 68 comments and 17 likes. All of them Oklahoma fans
They were
being
mad.
like, "Well, oh, so you think Texas A&M is bad too?" Yes.
Yes.
They won 10. We have so many ranked wins this season. Don't you know? We beat number 22 Missouri this year. Obviously we're good. I didn't even necessarily agree with John's take last week, but after the way that they berated us in the comments, I feel confident saying, like, when you're down 5 minutes left to fired coach LSU with Michael Van Buren at quarterback, who could have just ran for the pylon and won that game for them, and you're down 13-10, and a busted coverage is the difference between you being right next to me on the couch for the playoff. I don't want to hear it. I know they won the game. That's all that matters. It's their playoff spot to lose, but we weren't lying.
And yes, I want to be very clear. I am not rage baiting for engagement at all. I genuinely do not think Oklahoma is a very good football team, and you can post this clip too, dude. Fuck those guys.
I didn't know Oklahoma's fans were like that, bro. I just really didn't. It's good to know.
What Oklahoma team have they been watching all year? Like
The one that barely beat Auburn. That was
Correct.
another thing. They said, "Oh,
We should bet that on a T-shirt, man. They
barely beat Auburn" is not a valid argument in the Oklahoma fan mind because everyone barely beats Auburn, and they're not wrong.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. They're gonna muck it up for everyone.
Next game, San Diego State at New Mexico. New Mexico won 23-17. This was the Friday night game. There's a field rush. Great game. I don't have too much to say. I didn't catch this game.
Yeah,
Josh?
I messed up. I said UNLV was beaten by New Mexico. That's not true. I don't think they played this season, but San Diego State fumbled this entire season. They were the runaway favorite the entire time, and losing this game kept them at a chance for the playoff or anything now. So that sucks. That sucks for them. But kudos to New Mexico. We talked about them enough already in this episode, whether it's in the first part of the second. But great for them. What a game! Winning overtime. New Mexico's been in the doghouse, pun intended, for forever. and to finally have a decent season and give your fans something to cheer for. That's just great to see whenever it happens. Playoff be damned.
Next topic, 10 win fucking Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt not only beats Tennessee, they destroy Tennessee. They destroyed Tennessee so badly that I went to a YouTube live stream for a Tennessee radio show just to hear what was going on. So I'm like, wow, I never thought I'd see the day. Like, I really didn't. 10 win
Exceptional
Vanderbilt,
stuff.
man. 10 win Vanderbilt. And just in case anyone's wondering, they are absolutely calling to fire their head coach and their coaching staff.
Yeah.
Because they just lost by 24 points to Vanderbilt. So they have every right to feel that way. But yeah, that we just had to mention 10 win Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Um, Arizona State.
so
And, oh,
happy.
sorry.
Never been so happy to not have Vandy on the schedule, like to the SEC East. Like,
Dude, 10 wins in the regular season. I don't even know when the last time Vanderbilt did that. It had to have been when James Vanderbilt was, or Cornelius Vanderbilt was alive. I would have to imagine. Next topic, Arizona State and Arizona played. What do we think, Josh?
The Territorial Cup is such a weird name, but sure. Uh, Shout out Arizona, 9-win season on Brent Brennan's second year. They just did a modern rebuild the right way, and it only again year two, it bears fruit. Beating Houston last week, huge deal, and then finishing it with a trophy over your rival on the road. Oh, beautiful. Like these are the types of seasons, the one that you don't see coming, the one where you are absolutely at the highest high beating Cincinnati and the lowest low losing to Iowa State in a blowout. Like you can I'm just happy for all the folks down there that are now get to go into an off season, getting ahead of themselves and saying we are officially Big 12 title contenders. And as soon as that, well, they're not going to do a media poll ever again for good reason. And Arizona having the season that they did is exactly why.
Awesome.
Mm,
Oh, sorry.
nah, it's fine.
They're cowards for not doing a media poll. I just want to make my stance on that known.
Why?
uh,
So Cincinnati can win 9 games and be ranked 25th at best? Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
like
No,
no, I just whatever.
this is the Big 12's version of putting their finger on the scale.
They're not very good at it.
Yeah. Next game, Georgia not at Georgia Tech, Georgia versus Georgia Tech in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia won 16-9. I just wanted to point out we respect rivalry games. I didn't overthink the fact that this game was kind of close on paper. I thought
yeah,
Georgia kind of from end to end, I felt we were going to win, but I just wanted to say, man, Georgia Tech has gotten a lot better
yeah,
in not a lot of time.
yeah.
Uh,
Um, Brent Key is legit. Buster Faulkner is legit. It was also the perfect Kirby game where he has a good excuse to just like not really open up the offense at all, and he gets to spend the whole next week basically just bitching at his offense and defense, like because you're supposed to beat your rival by more than that. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's worth talking about in this game.
That's tier one coaching. Always giving your locker room bulletin board material. Nobody's better at that than Kirby Smart.
The next rivalry, Louisville wins 41-0 versus Kentucky. And listen, I know it's Kentucky football, but this is fireable shit, right? Like even by their standards, they shouldn't be losing 41-0. Like
And I appreciate and respect Mark Stoops for after the game being like, I'm all in. I'm not fucking leaving because he is getting every fucking red cent of that $30 million buyout if Kentucky decides they're going to do some crazy shit, man. Hell yeah, get your money, King.
yeah, like I don't think the issue is that you want to stay. I think the issue is they don't want
Yes,
you to
exactly.
stay.
I'm committed to this program and these fans. Lexington is my home.
There's a world where Texas A&M got him and
Yeah.
not Mike Elko. Just saying. But yeah, I think that's everything for the week. Was there anything else you guys want to
Two
talk about?
things on that game. One, Louisville. This is the potential you had, and you wasted it. I'm done picking on you. I'm just sad. That's one. Number two, Texas took this Kentucky team to overtime.
That's insane.
Overtime.
I think the correct terminology is Kentucky took Texas to overtime, not the
No,
other
no,
way
no,
around.
no, 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 no. You were hanging on. Kentucky had whatever. They should have won that game.
Yeah,
We'd be a better country for it. All right.
anyway,
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.